Greetings, good people. What's up? What's happening? My name is Dr. Clarence, and welcome back to TCN Live, where we're going to give you all the hottest and top trending topics, broadcasting live and direct from Zimbabwe, Africa. Now, what do we have happening here? The news of Elson Moyo Assassination Attempt. Who is Elson Moyo, and what did you just happen here? What did do just happen there? What really did do happen? We're gonna get into that right about now. But in the meantime, before we proceed with this video, I'd like to ask you for one favor. Make sure you click the like button and subscribe to TV7 Live if you've not yet already done so that you're not gonna miss any of our videos, because we make a whole heap of videos each and every day. So as we can see the image that is emerging there behind me on the screen, who do we see? We see none other than the OGRG Robert Gabriel Mugabe, and of course with the CDGN. Yes, we're talking about Constantino Dominica Nicazino Guea Chiwenga. And who else in the picture? Okay, the guy in the tie is the guy in the tie. We all know him. And then this is a General Air Marshal, not Parents Shiri, but I'm putting the name Parents Shiri so you can understand what Air Marshal means. Air Marshal Elson Moyo. Air Marshal Elson Moyo, we see him on a whole lot of pictures from the 2017 coup, right? And who is he with, like on that image showing on the screen, right? He is on the general side, or with the general. I'm talking about General Chiwenga, right? So General Chiwenga, following the coup, he would then resign from the job in the military there, whatever his job description was. However, he remains a general. That is his rank, right? What I'm trying to say is, if you are a professor, then you're employed at the university. Ukamira basi pa university doesn't mean you're no longer a professor, right? Same applies to Elson Moyo. Elson Moyo was resigned in March. We did a video on it. Why is he being resigned? Is he being resigned? Awaiting reassignment. This guy, Elson Moyo, is a cousin. Let me just say a relative, because I don't know what cousin means. A cousin of SB Moyo. Cousin is not meaning what is Musukuru. Shona ndo what is a cousin? You know, Musukuru tete my nini. What is my nini? Is it a minimum? You know, so is a cousin. Of course, I do understand what a cousin is, right? But just the reflection, it all means nothing. We're brothers and sisters, or people from the same family tree. So they're in the same family tree. Elson Moyo and SB Moyo, the guy who was the spokesperson of the coup, the guy we saw stay akagarapa CDBC. Zimbabwe Millitary. What they doing? All right. So these guys, SB Moyo goes on TV over his background. They use to say it. Camouflage because the guy is wearing green. Of course, it's a darker green, but they're using green screen there at ZBC. Then, but we are here, whatever. The situation is okay. This is not a takeover. Mugabe and his family, they are safe. They are safe. We are safe. We announced that. That was SB Moyo. Are they? So SB Moyo would then be assassinated through COVID-19 poisoning. Now, what just happened to Elson Moyo? Before we go deep into the details, we're just going to go over to the intelligence report we see on this. Right? Showing on the screen is the intelligence report. The word intelligence means information. Right? But again, information has to be arranged or assessed with a higher power to process the information. The Bible is full of intelligence, it's full of information. Being able to perceive or to understand the information will be the processing of the intelligence. That will be the computing power, right? So the word intelligence, I just used it there on the title of the video because it is an interesting word. However, it doesn't mean whatever will be written on there, be it from a police intelligence unit or a military intelligence unit. It doesn't mean it's intelligent or bright. It's just people who deal with a lot of information, right? However, I'm not suggesting that this, whatever is saying, is bias, but I have a feeling that it is bias. So we're just going to read it. What does it say? And why I think what I think and why I think it was done. We're going to look into that. This is a memorandum to Police Provincial Intelligence Head Officer, Marsh West, from Police Intelligence Officer Chegutu District. Road traffic accident involving retired Chief Air Marshal Elson Moyo, a 10-kilometer peg along Chegutu Picton Road, Chegutu. 1. On 29th day of October 2024 at 3 o'clock p.m. at 10-kilometer peg along Chegutu Picton Road, Chegutu Old Ham Farm, Chegutu, the sole party, retired Chief Air Marshal Elson Moyo, former commander of Air Force of Zimbabwe, age 67, of the Concession Hill Farm, Chegutu, was driving a silver Toyota Hilux double cab, registration number AES 3454, in the dust road from his farm towards Chegutu. The details we get from here: sole party, he was alone. It's an intelligence report. They have to put all information, right? Then they put in bracket former commander of Air Force of Zimbabwe. Every information, even though all intelligence units would deal with whatever they be doing, they have files on people, they know what they'll be talking about. But this is going from another intelligence unit to another, right? There is a farm. He has a farm, this guy. All right. From Chegutu to a farm, right? AES 35 tag, we were given the place there. All right, this is the document. Privacy protection. That number shouldn't be leaked, right? I'm not gonna go in deep on that. Towards Chegutu, right? He was alone. He is an air marshal, former commander of the Air Force. Now, the Air Force of the Zimbabwe, we have been told about the Zimbabwe 1 Commando. There is what we call the 1 Parachute. One of the only 2 special forces in Zimbabwe. We have the 1 Commando. The commandos that are trained at Wafawanaka training camp. Then we have, at one time it's SAS, Special Air Services, coming from the Rhodesia. Now it's just the Air Forces. So the Air Forces, these guys, what do they deal with? Whatever they deal with, when they are not in times of war, you see them at agricultural shows, jumping in with parachutes. Of course, they will be having a paratroop team, right? They also have the Air Force type of things. These are the type of people that can go in a place and out a place without being noticed. They can enter a place and leave a place without being noticed. Of course, when you are talking about the 1 Commando, a 1 Commando can be 1 man doing his thing quickly or slowly. A 1 Commando officer will fight to the death of the enemy. They don't die, those ones. Anyways, 1 Parachute, these guys, At one point, Mnangagwa would send them to the Cabo Delgado area secretly, and they finish the business quickly, quickly. Right. So it's one of the special forces unit of Zimbabwe. So the army is one, it's not one. They have many units, many troops, many battalions, many barracks. If we look at other countries, panetwa ku, unogona kunzwa kuti this regiment ndo yanga iripo. Right? On other regiments atina Zimbabwe, we also have the Presidential Guard unit, I'm forgetting the name of it. That's another regiment again. It's another regiment of the armed forces. Armed meaning in the arm, anopuwa a weapon. Kashinji anopuwa a firearm, foot. Right? In the any armed force, there is a military. To call it a military, I'm not going to be explaining those words. All right. Whatever they mean. They are whoever they are, these guys. So we're going to continue with this one here. That is the first. The second, what does it say? Upon reaching 10-kilometer peg, he failed to negotiate a curve. The wheel veered off the road to the right, hit a tree, and landed on its wheels. Right? So the information we're getting out here, failed to negotiate a curve. The vehicle veered off the road. Right? So there is the story of assassination attempt. Was this an assassination attempt? And we're seeing an intelligence document there coming from wherever, not stamped, whatever. Do they get stamped? I don't want to think about it because I'll find out. Okay. How would they report for the public to respond? Do we have any other military generals who have had assassination attempts before? So, whatever happened, something is happening. But don't worry, nothing bad will happen. Nothing bad will happen, but something is definitely happening. We'll continue. I'll explain why. Because I leave the deep stuff for the end. This is 14 minutes. In 6 minutes, I'll be done. But we'll go with this video up to 40 minutes. Number 3. The sole party did not sustain visible injuries, but was complaining of painful right hip, of shoulder. He was taken to Chegu District Hospital by a well-wisher, where he was airlifted to Harare Hospital by ambulance helicopter. His condition is stable. Next of kin was advised. Here we note this. The sole party did not sustain visible injuries. Take note of the phrase visible injuries. Right? Then he's taken to hospital. Then he's airlifted to where he is airlifted. Here they write Harare Hospital. Obviously, it will not be the place. I'm just saying that just for fun. But that's the truth. Okay. So, why would he be airlifted? Take note, airlifted. They're saying no visible. It means the person is important. He has to be there. He has to remain. We can't take risk. Whatever happened. Right? So, if it's an assassination attempt, obviously, does it matter who he was traveling with? Of course, he'll be traveling solely. Right? And accident scenes, one of the methods of assassination is an accident. An accident. Me, I don't like that one. I like poisoning, radioactive, like cyanide. Yeah, that's what I like. Accident, of course, is creating a scene. Okay. The other which I would like is a mail bomb. but we no longer got mail these days, right? So the things like a drone is also is also a cool assassination method, right? I'm not suggesting anything to anybody. Okay, I'm just an open-minded person, and maybe one day I'll be leading Zimbabwe. I'm not saying leaders assassinate people, but me, if I become the leader of Zimbabwe, there are some people I would need to do that. Okay, I'm just not joking. Okay, fellows. But with on a more serious note, they tell us we should not talk about Hitler. We all know what Hitler is said to have done during the Second World War. The guy would defeat everybody else until everybody else say he is Hitler. Now, of course, about killing people. Hitler, those as what did he, what he was doing, like taking a group of people and slaughtering a whole lot of people. That is another subject we can talk about because we have a situation in North Korea where we have an open prison, and here in Zimbabwe, I mean, Chitungu is a mass prison, which is an open prison, like a literal prison. Okay, this is not even a hypothesis. This is actual reality, right? So this is an open prison. I'm broadcasting. Let me put my face on the screen. Apologies for that one. I was in four. All right. So this statement to some people they may interpret it as I am challenging Mnangagwa. No, I'm not challenging President Mnangagwa. I'm above him. He works for me, right? He is out of the picture in this. Now the vehicle sustained what? Sustained a dislodged front right wheel, damaged right EDC. All right. So here, key point that matters. One point we can take from here is airlifted from Chegu to Harare. Airlifted for him to make sure life is priceless. Right? Life is priceless. For how much can you buy a life? Let's say you're not a spiritual man. Let's say you have been possessed by the devil and you are now dead. You're just a body. You no longer have spirit. You have sold your soul to the devil. You're now demon possessed. You are possessed by evil spirits. Inside where a human used to be is now an evil spirit from hell. Right? Let's say you are that. How much worth is that inanimate corpse? How much is a heart? How much is a leg? How much is a liver? Blood, I think it's 5 liters of blood. How much is it? The bones, the calcium. If we do sell the calcium, the carbon, and we sell the carbon out, and then after, okay, we just burn. Okay, the ash is what? Ash is I don't know what ash is. Ash, this the human ash would not be calcium. It will be something else. So if we sell the body parts of a human being, how much? Okay, we got an idea. Okay, how about not talking about the gross, the net worth of Strive Masiwa? I'm just putting the name Strive Masiwa so we can get how much, what how much means. That is the general one. I don't think in Zimbabwe there are people who think of that. Uh, Here we're talking about this life being important, about what is happening and what is about to happen in Zimbabwe. As we are seeing, ED 2030 is not happening. Did the military stop ED 2030? I don't want to think about it because I don't think in terms of military. I think in terms of God allowing things and not allowing things, right? And we playing our part where we can and when we can. What I can say, these military guys at this time, whatever they are doing is right. They are being led by the Spirit. Big up to Wolf Gang, Lillian Mark, Bruce Mukandi, watching us from Maware, at Maya Chikonzo, Jay Limsanzi, EDC, everybody who's watching us live. So I wouldn't want to be dwelling a lot on these military guys. I don't support the military, right? I wanted to say I don't support them, but I don't not support them. Okay. Anybody who protects a life is a servant of God. The moment one joins security forces to become an army officer by just doing that, they have sacrificed themselves. That's why these guys are not civilians. They gave their life. The moment a person becomes an officer, they would have given their life. And when they die, there is a reward awaiting them just by doing that. And to those who are serving in offices as officers, you know what happens every time you are corrupt. You know what happens if you're a police officer every time that you arrest an innocent person. That's why you would rather release a guilty person. But if you are out there doing that, stop releasing condemned people into the community thinking they can murder someone. They cannot. They are spiritual ranks and they are spiritual generals. Me, I'm not a spiritual general. I don't have a title. So that is a directed message to obviously 1W7 and watching this video. Anyways, as for the report, this is what we have so far. The times we are in, it's volatile times. There's a lot of information I cannot be speaking on or speculating or suggesting. Zimbabwe, we are in volatile times. Is it ZANU-PF factions? Is it the military? No. It's good and evil. They have agents anywhere and everywhere. The devil has his people in ZANU-PF. The devil has his people in CCC. The devil has his people in the army. The devil has his people in ZRP. Anywhere and everywhere. This is not about ZANU or MDC. This is about us, the servants of God, defeating Lucifer because he's already defeated on the cross by Jesus Christ. And we continue to be victorious because we serve God. No matter what happens, fellow Zimbabweans, I leave you with this question. Ask yourself, who are you? What defines you? What ideas are controlling how you view yourself, your perception of yourself? Uri muranda wa Mwari here? Kana kuti uri musungwa wepfungwa akasungwa na Satan? Wakasungwa mweya wako wakasungwa here muuranda na Satan? Nyango body yako isiri free because haukwanisi kuita zvaunoda. Kuti ubate $1 chairo ma1 you are zigi rachona mari nenge marisiti ezupko haukwanisi kuibata. The word of God says we will always have the evil people among us. We will always have the poor. Right? So ZANU-PF will not give you economic liberation. But start with the question, who are you? Who rules you? Who governs you? Right? Just you and your God alone. Okay, let nobody tell you, I'm a Muslim, I'm what. You are created completely, complete. You are there. You are alive. Whatever religion or whatever the belief, number one, believe in yourself. That is all that matters. Because it is you who is you. You are in the way. Believe in yourself. Usatongwe, my ideas. Dr. Clarence, TV7 Live. As always, thank you for watching. And I'm out.